So I got a new car.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because somebody was saying, do you think this person was targeting you? I said, I don't, for knowing it was me, like a stalker or something, because I'd never driven this car before.
Okay.
So it was a new car. I took it over to my parents to show my parents. And on the way home, it was dark. And my parents live about 5-10 minutes away from me. So I'm just kind of like tooling along. And as I'm, put on my blinker, it's a new car. So I'm kind of hyper aware. When you're driving a new car, you're like, where is this blinker? Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
It was then that I noticed this car was turning into the neighborhood behind me. Not a big deal. So, okay, that's fine. Well, as soon as I turn in, I have to make another turn because I take a back alley. And it's just like this sideways little back alley thing. That's okay. They happen to be turning the same way as I was.
And that could be your next door neighbor.
It happens.
Weird.
It happens. People live, have you ever been that person like I'm following somebody and I keep making the same turns they make?
Yeah.
I hope they're not freaking out because we just happen to be.
I'm following them.
Yeah.
Right. They turned down the alley too. They could have kept going, but they turned on my alley.
Oh, boy.
Still very close. So I'm thinking, I got to make a decision here. Am I going to pull into my garage and
let
risk,
them know where you live?
Then they're going to box me in, and I don't know. And as I had to make the decision, like I'm not going to pull in. So I drove past my house. The garage doors open and everything. They killed the headlights on their car.
What?
They killed the headlights.
Did you at any point want to call Alan and say, hey?
I called Alan.
Okay, good.
Well, I called him
called
as
911.
when
well,
I
your
made
husband's there.
When I made the decision, because he's there.
He's there.
Yeah.
So when I made the decision that I was going, this is before they killed their headlights. I made the decision I'm going to keep driving. I called Alan just to say, hey, this car is following me uncomfortably close. I'm like, oh my God, they just killed their headlights. I don't know what's happening. And Alan's, of course, the voice of reason. Kelly, they're probably just, they're confused or whatever. I'm like, why would they kill their headlights?
Yeah. Oh,
So
what if Alan was in on it?
Yeah, that's the logical assumption.
I know something.
Yeah, he could have been framing me for the insurance money, right? So I'm like, okay. And when they killed their headlights, I had this rush of heat flood over my body.
That's
like,
scary. That's scary.
something's wrong.
Adrenaline.
This is not normal. And they are on my butt.
With no lights
for
now.
lack of the cuss
Yeah.
word.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I just go to the end of the alley. So now they follow me the entire way through the alley. They never pulled into anybody's driveway. They're still on my bumper.
Maybe they
Headlights
thought
off.
you were somebody strange, and they. Yeah.
Why would they be following
They
me to my
followed from the
neighborhood?
street, from the roads.
Those pesky suburban housewife-looking people like you. You sure they're probably profiling.
Okay, that's logical, Al. So I am now in full-blown panic on the phone with my husband, who's trying to tell me to calm down, and he's getting the gun out of the safe.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
like,
boy.
He said, come home. I can't come home.
No.
They know where I live. I don't want them to know where I live, honey.
yeah.
Smart
So
move, Kelly.
He's trying to stay calm. He's like, I'm going to stand in the garage and wait for you.
Tell him to be in the underwear, too, in the mantis.
In the man-piece.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you right now, we are gun owners. We have guns. They are in a safe. You have to go through, I'm telling you, we
You
keep
don't
it
have
from
to
the,
defend that.
but people you have kids that you have to go through a key-padded door to get to the gun
Gotcha,
safe, which
gotcha.
is then in another lock. The guns are away from the children if anybody's worried.
In the safe room, yes.
But he's getting the gun. He's like, I'm coming. I'm going to be there.
That's
I'm going
right.
to wait for you. So as I'm turning out of the alley and they have their headlights off, they follow me.
What?
I don't know what to do.
You should have gotten out and go, what do you want?
No!
Crazy eye. Crazy eye killer.
No.
Give him the crazy eye.
Myself.
You crazy, I'm crazy. You're going to do
What's
the
up with
tick.
you? Yeah, give me a little tick over to the left.
Nobody messes with the tick.
So thank God, literally thank the Lord. I come to the next thing I see is a four-way stop. Well, somebody pulls up, in the law, the rules of, I get there first. I turn left. The person gets right behind me to put a car between me and now the people that have been tailing me with their headlights off.
Still off at the stop sign.
I floor it at
Go.
that point because
Yeah.
now
Oh.
I have this little barrier.
Yeah.
I floor it, and I'm driving really too fast in the neighborhood, and thank God there was, I could have, but I'm like, I gotta lose
get out.
them.
Yeah,
And so
get out.
I just floored it and kept driving. I got to the end of the neighborhood. I pulled back out onto the main highway, came back in through another entrance, and I'm just like, my adrenaline's rushing, and Alan's like, just calm down. And they didn't follow me anymore at that point. I guess they figured I wasn't worth the trouble. I think a lot of times women will say in hindsight, I felt like something was wrong, but I didn't want to offend that person. I didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings and make them think I thought you were a bad person. If you've got that gut instinct, you don't have to insult somebody. You just need to get the heck out of there.
Just go.
And just go. And because that, I think, is the voice of God. That is your guardian angel. That is something telling you this is not right.
Yeah.
And I had that feeling wash over me.
Right.
And when they hit those lights and those lights went off, I'm like, this is bad.
Thumbs up, yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah,
And I don't know if
yeah.
they were kids playing a prank. It could have been, haha, isn't this funny? It wasn't funny.
Because you never know if they're just going to block. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did the right
don't know.
thing.
And
you
you're
did
never
the right
supposed
thing.
to. When I had a situation, police told me to never drive directly home if you
No.
think someone's following you,
Right.
to never isolate yourself either, to never go down a road where there's no one else, to always stay on busy open roads where you can see far behind you,
Yeah.
and to drive at an abnormally fast speed.
Because
Well, in
if they
that case,
keep
you
up,
didn't
you
know,
know.
until you drove
Yeah.
down
Yeah,
there.
at that point, I didn't know. They just
Right.
happened to be turning into the neighborhood. Well, they just happened to be turning down the same other neighborhood because I had no
But the lights going
idea that
off.
anybody was
Oh,
following me
man.
until
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
That is 100%
Well,
the
now
right
I feel
thing.
guilty that I didn't call the police or to alert the neighbors.
The most important thing is
Should've
that you're
done
safe. You're safe.